where they're like, yeah. We're in.
Seriously.
I'm quite serious. You like it sexy?
You look like you
I
do
went
look.
to work today on a motive. Like, you know.
Can I tell you something though? You know what? Yeah, we'll talk about it. We're gonna bring this topic
We
back.
gonna bring this part.
But introduce, cause
Okay. Oh my God, we're in.
Is this where this is? Is this okay? You can hear me and stuff. Yeah, perfect.
she gotta say some shit. Like, you know, she was ready to hear me.
Okay, guys, welcome back to GTG, baby.
You know the vibes.
Get the gist. Your weekly subscription to the gist.
Welcome.
And we've got a baddie to the right of me.
One and
probably
only.
to the left of you on your screen. I think that's the way it works. Welcome. Introduce yourself, baby.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Anytime.
For everyone watching, my name is Meg, and I'm the founder of the Girls Room,
Ooh.
which is a Dublin-based club for women and non-binary people. And I also am a project manager of a community group called Safe Space, which is also a safe space for women to come and express themselves and connect and just feel good, make friends and stuff. So yeah, really excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Wow, that
For real.
was such an
We're gonna-
informative
Literally,
intro. I loved it.
We have to group back on that. We're gonna return to that. But we just wanna do some gist.
Do the gist.
Wanna do some
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Let me calm down. I won't lie to you guys. I
You're
was
making
feeling
me giddy. I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Like
blushing the camera. Look at it. Look at them. But yeah, I was actually feeling quite like tired, and I felt like a hippo because I just been eating. Like,
you
all,
feel?
You know what I mean? That's why I felt tired. But now I'm here. I feel like energized.
Good.
So yeah, just of the week, guys.
Okay.
So obviously, y'all know Millie Bobby Brown.
yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Did you ever watch Stranger Things?
No.
Okay. Let
me try and look it up.
Yeah.
It's a
Guys, I actually just
Coronation
sit in my room, just stare at the wall.
It's like, the piece.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the cast up for you. This woman.
sure you've seen her
yeah.
around.
No, I saw the picture. I know that she got
Yeah.
engaged.
Yeah. At
That's
19.
A big 19.
How long are they together though? Does anyone know?
3 years. I think she said 3 years.
Since
Okay.
she's 16.
Since she's 16.
And how old
Is she
the guy?
religious?
Is he older or is he the
He
same
probably
age?
looks older. I don't know how old the guy is. I'm gonna look it up and do some quick
Yeah,
research.
because I'm interested to know how old he is.
Yeah,
A bit
because
sketch. If he's
I
a bit
remember
older.
watching Stranger Things, and now it's like,
What age was she in Stranger Things?
oh, she was a kid. Like,
Yeah.
she was a
Oh,
kid.
really?
He's 20.
Yeah. Huh?
19.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Okay,
she's 19.
okay,
She's 19.
okay,
She's
okay.
19.
But like, so-
They did. Wait, you're like, wait.
It worries me though. At like 19, like, do
Yeah.
you know what marriage is at that age?
True.
But I suppose they also have money, so like marriage is probably a little bit different.
That's
for
what
them
someone
than
was saying. Like they were saying that they don't have to like wait to save up for a mortgage. So
But see, but that's not even that. But when it comes to like splitting bills, like organizing the finances,
Yeah.
You make love sound so romantic, Ross. Like, honestly,
Marriage though is like a business contract if you're being real. Like there's so much, the government are involved.
Okay, guys, you're literally like, I'm like here with my love heart eyes, and you are like
It's so fine,
contracts.
every girl,
Solicitors.
It's an investment.
Like, when
you know what I
It
mean?
is an investment, but
I'm
like,
do they know that at like 19?
I sound so cynical. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
what happened to
know.
the Lover girl that I
Like,
was. I don't know.
shit.
I need more swear.
Men, the
like-
Irish men have killed the lover girl in me.
There you
Don't
get
mind
me.
no boy. I am strictly business only.
No comment.
but like, there is something sweet about love. Do you get me? Like, I don't know if it's gonna last, but you know, do your thing, sis.
No,
I
it's
wish I
cute.
was like
It's
you.
cute, but I think
Why? I
the age-
don't be
wish
with me.
I was like you.
Yeah, we get it.
I'm
She
like-
gets it. She gets it.
But I feel like when you're at the age of 16, do you think that you know yourself though and what you want? And
Definitely not. Me at 16
'Cause
put
I'm
me
not-
away.
I was engaged at 19. Oh my goodness.
I was
Oh my God,
crazy
like,
when I was
Let me be clear,
19.
I was 19 10 years ago. I was
Yay.
a whole different person.
yeah, when you
she
put
goes
it
damn.
away.
But
No, it's just when you put it that way, it's like that's actually crazy. A
I
whole
was a
lifetime
whole
ago, like
different. It was
Yeah.
not 29 till the end of the year, so
oh
technically
yeah,
8 years.
yeah.
But yeah, I was a whole different.
19?
I hadn't
You guys
even
like
moved
19?
out of my parents' house at that age.
I lived in Germany when I was 19, and I was
Probably could
just
survive marriage, man. You
yeah.
weren't even at home.
I was brazen it. But I think 19, I was just a bit of a wild child. Do you know what I mean? But like, I'm happy that I got out of my system young.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really go out as much anymore, because I really just partied like my teenage years away.
I get you.
And then I'm like, ooh,
I
adults.
haven't done that at 19 though. I feel like because especially since she got into the industry at like such a young age,
Yeah.
she doesn't have like a party stage, a wild stage. But then again, you know, we're always talking about how like our values are a lot different from our parents. That's what our parents were like.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like maybe also a little bit refreshing to see
But
what that's like, but then we also know all the struggle that came with that.
I also don't think everyone needs to have a party stage because some people it's just not in
It's just
them.
not them.
yeah,
And I guess with
Yeah.
being in the spotlight from a young age, they have a different level of responsibility. So
Straight
they
down.
probably feel way older than they are as well.
exactly. But
You
like
know?
you're filming for a show like at like what at a, like 13 years of age. Let's say when
Yeah.
you're a child.
Yeah.
I know
Like
exactly
you're
when.
in the public eye. So I know I've heard of Stranger Things, just never got around to watching it. Do you know what I mean? But it's like a big show, so you're already being recognized. Like you're doing interviews.
Lot of
You're like,
pressure.
Wow,
do you know what I
that
mean?
pressure.
Like
Stranger Things started in 2016.
so.
Well, that's 8 years.
Oh my god, I can't
It's
math.
2023, 7 years.
So she would have been 12.
12 when she started.
12, yeah, 12. She was young.
Like we watched her grow up.
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
but like she grew up like in a whole different way. Do you know what I mean? Like she probably didn't go to school like the way we went to school. We
Probably,
went
You know what? Being homeschooled on set.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like in the middle of breaks doing algebra equations
You
and
know what I
stuff
mean?
like that. Waking up at 5 a.m. for like calls.
And like think about the money that you get paid. Like that's a big show to be on. So you're getting banks. So you're probably already talking to financial advisors. Your parents are telling you about all this and that. Do you get me? So like she's probably about 32, like compared to the rest of us.
And the discipline that you need as well to do what these people do, like it's another level. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
We kind
Composure
of have a bit more
and
freedom
stuff.
to fuck up and to, can I curse on this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Cool.
No. Could you imagine?
No, yeah. No, I think it's a total other world. But I think my instant reaction when I hear that someone is 19 getting engaged, I'm a bit like, whoa.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm scared of commitments. Do you know what I mean?
A commitment phone?
issues.
Maybe.
I think I would have loved to get married at 19. Do you get me?
You want to be able to stay here with your childhood sweetheart type thing.
Yeah, like just to be like, you know, I got married at 19.
I still believe that high school musical relationships were what relationships were. No.
Are they not?
I don't know. Like when I was 19, first of all, like I might not have looked it, but I was mad insecure. I had the Cinderella mindset with regards to dating. I thought all men were good men. You know what I mean? And like my mindset was
Are you
so
okay?
no, because like at like 20, like life hit me so fast. You get me? I do feel like 19 is young. However, like to be honest,
20 was the year. it all
sometimes
changed
being
for
in
me.
that kind of like
19 was a
boundary
mad
bubble.
time for me, actually. Yeah, my parents separated and they're divorced now. So as we're talking about marriage, maybe that's another reason why I'm a bit like, ew.
Yeah.
Do you know
I
what
get
I mean?
you.
Makes sense.
I kind of miss the innocent me though. You know, the obviously there was still trauma there, but I didn't even know it was trauma.
Were you innocent at 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Whoa.
too.
I was
You
as
were
well.
really
Yeah.
Wait, was I?
side eye.
Yeah,
I
my
was
mom
a-
was really strict, so like, you know,
Oh,
I'd find any loophole to do.
Well, see, my parents actually moved out of Ireland when I was 20, and I've lived here alone.
okay.
Since. So
Okay.
at 20, that's when I was like, I grew the hell up.
So you're saying 20 was when you lost your innocence? Really?
Yeah.
Stop
I
that.
feel like that's when I was like an adult.
Shut the front door, guys. I feel so old.
African parents are so
Yeah.
like sheltered
Yeah.
and like, yeah. Like I wasn't allowed to sleep over till I was 16.
No way.
I get that
And they
though.
still had to sleep. in my
I
house.
don't think I'll let my kids have sleepovers. I
agree
can't
with
lie.
it now.
Why
Now that I'm
not?
older,
I don't trust other people's families. You just don't know.
Okay, but what about like, let's say, right, we have kids. Would you let your child have a sleepover at my house?
Yeah, your house.
Yeah.
Different.
I thought when you put it that way,
That's different.
Okay.
No, but I know
When it's
Random.
you know,
Yeah,
if
okay.
my friend from school or whatever, like, and you don't really know their family and you
Okay.
don't know what the environment is like. It's just
And
a
also,
lot.
if they have boy kids, yeah, that's where our parents
Because-
did not allow
Really?
it.
Let me
Yeah.
even be the scary person here. Like the amount of stories you hear about, like let's
Yeah.
say girls going over to somebody's house or whatever, and like they get, you know,
Really?
trigger warning,
Yeah.
rape, assaulted.
Assaulted,
You know what I mean? Molested,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I was actually such a bold child, guys. Like, these are just making me realize I was so bold. So, like, I hope my mom doesn't watch the podcast because I'm gonna rat myself out. But like, my mom didn't even ask to like call like over to so if I was staying in someone's house, she would just be like, oh, give me their number and I'll text them. Do you know what I mean? So I just used to give her a load of random numbers from friends I knew she didn't have my number. So I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay at her house. Like that's her mom's number.
Would you get them to pretend to do like?
No,
your
she
mom's
just
voice?
text her.
Oh, okay.
She just text them. And then we text back, be like, she'd be like, oh, thanks for letting Ree stay. And you just be like, oh, no problem. Whereas I'm in a field. I'm not at home. I'm just like, woo. Okay, go crazy.
Can I tell you what, yeah, maybe even be Ree's friend here. Like, there was times where, like, obviously my mom didn't let me out, like, at all. But I'm allowed on walks, because it's not prison, right? I'm allowed to go on walks. So I'll just go on walks for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Go to the fields.
Chilling with the
you
crew.
guys lived in Dublin. Where was I walking? My mom is also someone who watched a lot of CSI, and she just automatically thought I was gonna be kidnapped.
No.
If I left the house, she was coming with me.
Literally.
No, by 17, I had like rebelled so much. My mom was like, "You only have a year left."
Was your
Like,
mom strict though?
like she was strict enough. Like they were strict on some things compared to like other friends. She was strict. Do you know what I mean? Like she wasn't like, you know, the way when you were younger. Well, maybe you guys don't know, but like, you know, when you go to like underage parties and stuff, and like the parents would be like, "Oh yeah, get a wicked." My mom would be like, "Yeah, let's stick to beer." But maybe that's like, so maybe she wasn't that strict
But you
compared to
know
everyone
what?
else.
You still turned out fine though.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think I just rebelled a lot in my teenage years.
Got out of your system, you feel?
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like I was like really like a scaredy cat because I didn't do any of these wild things that everyone else did. Like,
Really?
I missed out on a lot.
Yeah.
I need to like make up for it now in my 20s.
Honestly.
The
Unhinged.
first time
Guys.
I blacked out drunk
Like
was 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was such a goody two shoes, to be honest.
I was like,
Yeah, and it was by accident.
I didn't even mean to.
I haven't even
A whole
gone.
lot of tequila.
I haven't even gotten blacked out drunk before.
You don't
do
want to
it.
do
I don't
it.
think I have either. to
I
be
was
totally
passed out in
honest.
the streets of London right outside my hotel, but it's okay. My bestie was there and dragged my ass back.
I have a bit too many times. Like, not like, I'm like, I promise I'm healed. But
You know what? I was gonna say, I feel like it was when I was going through the breakup and everything.
That's when you
and
go
you know
crazy.
what? The girls were in and they were having DMCs, and I was like, fuck this shit. So I was like,
yeah.
and I was like, yay, let's off to Coco Cure. I made it down the elevator, and that's my last
Yeah.
memory.
See, I think as well for me, like, I moved out with my friends. Like, I moved into my friend's house at like 18 years of age. It's like 17, 18. So it was like, we were all just living together, going wild. Like, imagine a load of 18-year-olds, just a whole 3-bedroom house to yourselves,
Giving Sims.
just going crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
I was gonna say that's my
Really?
I literally played The Sims last night. I'm
Like,
But guys, I'll be honest, right? I think, let's say, 19-year-old Demi, if she heard what 23-year-old Demi has done, there was time where like I'd be like, I'd never do this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I've
Even
done
the Demi,
everything.
The Demi I met compared to the Demi now, and babe, I've known you what, 2 years. Damn, there's a difference. But we love the Demi.
We
here.
love the difference. Like, the
We
growth.
love the Demi here.
We love the growth. The second gist of the week is Love is Blind. Did you guys
Yes.
look at her picture real space?
Babe, have you caught up on today's episodes? Because I have.
I watched it on the way
Love you.
here.
Go on. Let's just sit down and let these guys.
yeah, go.
We're gonna sit down and let you guys go.
Okay.
Ahead. This is awesome.
Damn.
Okay,
Break.
let's go.
So
Wait,
how
so
do
you have not watched it?
But they don't mind
I've
if we
watched
spoil
it,
it.
like, you know what I mean? But like,
Do you want to know who said yes and no?
Oh, I
yes,
told her.
go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
told her in the
wait,
car.
spoiler alert.
Spoil.
Then cover your ears.
You watch it and you don't want to know. Oh, damn. Guys, blame the man behind the screen.
I'll whisper like
Blame the man behind the screen. Okay. So how do you feel about Kwame and Chelsea?
Okay, so initially, yeah, straight from the get-go, Kwame was like,
Call me Alex. First
yeah,
red flag.
I was
Alex.
just like,
Yeah. When you don't have multiple personality syndrome, guy, you are called Kwame. Which one's Kwame and Alex? He wanted to be known as Alex because it put him into a box. Yeah, the box of being black.
Yeah.
that was first red flag.
I kind of hear that though. Like, I do, let's say for example, like my parents, I don't think they intentionally named me Princess first. However, it does make a difference in regards to CVs and stuff like that. My last name is Williams.
But see,
as well.
you're
You
on
get
a
me?
show
but
called
blind
Love is
dating,
Blind.
like, but the thing is,
True. Yeah, he cheated. I hear that.
But it is a telling thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It is. But again,
Yeah.
you
You're not
shouldn't be
confident
ashamed
still.
of it. But
Yeah.
it could have been that he was trying to like, I don't know. But to me, it does seem a bit like self-hatred. I won't lie.
It is self-hatred.
And I feel really bad for him in that aspect, you know.
Yeah.
But like with the way he handled everything, like it was I can't. He had me cringing the whole time. Like
Yeah.
every scene he's in, I'm just like, oh. And he does that uncomfortable laugh where he's like, like every time.
Yeah.
Anytime Chelsea speaks to him, I'm like, he does not like this woman. He does not like this woman. I'm sorry.
I
So
I find it hard to
hard to
believe.
You know what though? In life, if I had to choose between being Kwame or being Chelsea, I'm gonna choose to be Kwame because I want someone to love me the way Chelsea loves him blindly.
But I don't even know if she loves him. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a bit of fetishization. I'm not gonna lie.
Fetish.
I
Can I
saw
just
someone
bookmark
make a
there?
TikTok
She's
on that.
also
Wait.
like that's dangerous.
Can I
delusion.
bookmark
That's
there?
That's what I was gonna say.
Stubborn as well. She's
I don't
want
wanna be the delusional
Sorry
one.
to bring stars
Can I
into it.
say something
Sorry,
as
go
well?
ahead.
Just to bounce, I'm gonna give you guys your
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
But basically, obviously, cool, they're cool, right? But she is lonely.
She
And
is
she
depressed.
Someone
is-
said
she
something on TikTok.
She does
where
give a
they were
tad bit
like,
of, you know, desperate.
Someone said
It's given desperation, but
Yes.
also because I think physically she's very attracted to him. That's making her even more determined to like
So-
to get
Is
this
she?
guy.
She is.
she
She's
what?
very attracted to him.
Is she attracted
Yeah,
to
I don't know
Kwame?
what she sees, but she's very attracted to him.
Are you being
With
serious
the hair?
right now? But yeah, but
Yeah, but girl, you know, she can fix the hair afterwards. But I saw this TikTok video about it, and someone said the problem with Chelsea is that she has pictured how her life should be,
Yeah.
and he just fits into it.
yeah.
She has pictured the wedding. She has a dress plan.
Well, she's force fitting him in though.
Yes.
Because he's clearly
Is Chelsea white or black?
Yeah, he
But
has had
she
to
does not
compromise
want to hear
everything.
him. Like even when he's
No.
speaking with her and he's like, you know, this is really tough for me. She's like, sorry, you're just so cute. I'm like, oh, if someone did that to me, I would flip. Like she's not listening
So
to him.
yeah,
No.
so she just sees them. So she just wants mixed race babies, basically. Is that
Possibly,
is
yeah.
that what it is?
I think
What do you
also
think?
babies also just point blank period.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
wants his life for herself and doesn't care who fits into it.
Because his his house is terrible.
Disgusting.
His house is disgusting. I'm gonna show you how come it.
Nasty.
His house is disgusting.
Wait,
Yeah.
so Ria, you're not watching it?
No, I haven't watched
Oh,
it.
come on now.
He's your
I know, I-
He's Ghanaian.
Oh, is he?
He's part of your tribe.
Why are you slagging him? Leave him alone. He's my friend. He's my family.
I scream it. He gives me the ick full stop,
Yeah.
and their relationship, to me, I'm just shocked that they made it down the aisle. But you know who I love from him? His sister.
I know.
I loved his sister.
To be honest though, I think that she knows that he's like, it obviously kind of telling, maybe she's thinking this might be the best opportunity you might get. That was what was given
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
That's what I
And
was
I was
trying
like,
to say too.
wow, how bad is this guy? Like, do you know what I mean? Because I know
Yeah.
that there's probably really cool, like nice things about Chelsea, and I think she
Yeah.
does care to an extent. But
I think she's a good person.
She's just being so forceful with it, and
Yeah.
it's creepy to me. I don't know. I can't put my.
But see,
feet-
I want a man who will ride for me the way Chelsea rides. Did you heard this girl
But she's
say
not-
he can
but she's-
sing?
the way
but-
she talks about, he's the most talented person, and then it's showing him in the room. He's like,
My
I want
man
the
doesn't
real
hug me
thing.
like that. He's like, he's so beautiful, he's so tall, he's so heartbreaking,
Tall?
he's so talented. He's the most talented man. Did you hear this man sing? No.
But I feel like
you know
I think she's the epitome of women that love men potential.
I hear what you're saying. Like, instead of credentials, they're falling for potential.
I said, did I not say some shit? I said some shit right there.
Yeah, you
may have
did.
hit the
You weren't wrong.
I said some
have
shit
picked
right
So
there.
you're telling me this woman,
I
like,
showed her a picture of Kwame. She said, she's such involved.
Yeah.
this is a completely
I love that
unbiased.
you're completely
Because
out of
she
it,
has
so you
not
should say
watched
what you
it.
think.
Yeah.
You speak your
I
mind.
just think she just is trying to fit a quota or something. Do you know what I mean?
strange.
And
Like,
also, he
because
used to be an ex-professional footballer, so I feel like it's
Oh,
something she
Cash.
can go like brag about, and he has like a decent job now. He's not doing bad.
where
for
is she
himself.
from? She from the States?
Yeah,
Are they in Seattle? Is that where they are?
I think so.
Yeah.
But he's from, is it Arizona?
Portland.
Portland.
I watched
Yeah.
that today.
Hey, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think she wants to be like she probably wants a trophy husband. Do you get me? Like,
And do you
is
know
that
what?
it?
It feels a bit
That's what
like,
it sounds
yeah.
like.
I also
Yeah.
think she just
Yeah.
is
Like, we're going along like this, like I've been watching
And
it.
again, I said she's a
You know
choice.
what? Now we're also going to talk about
Yeah.
how men don't like women who actually like them.
Yeah.
We're going to bring
for
this
sure.
back to Zachary and going back to brother Kwame. I don't get what he liked in Micah. Like, this girl had to insult you to your face, like publicly embarrass you, and you still have to use your two curry legs to go and meet her, to then go ask her why she repeated the statement. Like, have you got no self-respect, sir?
But men,
No, go on.
but men love women who treat them like shit.
love
Because
it.
and women love men who treat them like shit. So basically, we all just like are depressed.
I think that that there's defo a kind of trauma that people can have where they'll choose what feels familiar, and if they're in a place where they're
Zach is
used
the perfect
to,
example of
he
that.
is literally the prime example of that. Like, grew up feeling rejected by people, so
Yeah.
he continued to choose partners who actually would reject him, or people who weren't the best of people, and he saw potential in them and wanted to like mold them
Yeah.
and save them. That savior complex is a way of avoiding your own bullshit. So
Sure.
you want to heal other people to avoid your own healing and your
Yeah.
own
Are
change.
you saying some shit?
Yeah,
I think,
sure.
I think when I look at women and men, I think women more so will do that where, oh, I want to fix them, I want to help them. Girl, it's not a project. You know, get some
Barbara the
class.
It's not an art. Leaving their
We're
art.
going to go back to that. It's not a project. But
Barbara
going
the
back to
Builder,
this
chill.
whole
You
Zach
know,
thing.
relax, like Barbara the Builder. Like,
Do you not think it depends what people want? Do you get me? And I think it really comes down to your emotional attachment. Like if you're
100%.
secure,
Your attachments,
like
if you're secure, you're not going to be engaging in this shit.
Yeah.
I think when you think of oh no, actually, I don't want to go into many tangents. I want to keep going. But the other thing I was saying is that when it comes to men, I feel like men maybe they will chase that like thing that mimics the relationship dynamics maybe they had with women in their lives before, or with even their parents, whatever. I think everyone's kind of capable of doing that, though, to be fair. But yeah, I think with Zach, that was what I noticed straight away.
Like he chose Irina,
Straight away.
who forgot his birthday, over
Nasty.
Bliss, who spent 2 hours baking him cupcakes to make sure he had cupcakes.
Who's
for his
hotter?
birthday. Bliss
But
was
you
actually
can't see
hotter,
them,
but
though,
you can't
behind
see
the wall.
them.
It's
He
blind,
didn't know.
like.
But see, he still chose the girl who forgot his birthday over the one who remembered.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I don't think people in general are used to being treated nice. Because I've had experience with like talking to guys and meeting them or whatever, where I'm genuinely lovely, right? But it's treated as flirting. But no, I'm literally treating you like a human being. But because you're not used to that, you just you like they just they don't understand that kind of shit. Do you get
Do
me?
you think though that men don't? Do you think that men
Men and
objectify? Yeah, they for sure. But do you think that men, as much as women do, men objectify themselves as well? And maybe that's why they can't take it at face value when you're just being like nice person to them.
No,
They think
yeah,
you're
Meg, you're
flirting
saying some shit, you
and
know.
being like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm
No,
trying to make a point.
No, I get where you're coming
Go on,
from. Just
go
to
on,
see if
go
I can help, is that because obviously men see themselves as these providers, people that bring stuff. So if they don't bring something to the table, then are they really a man?
But
you
even
get
as
me?
a sexual
So-
object, do you think? I think that some guys really struggle with. I don't know how people feel about this, but like with self-respect. Like,
Meg is saying some shit.
I'm
Put the
literally
camera on
like,
me. Meg is saying some shit right now.
let's talk about self-respect.
like when you think of it, yeah, everyone wants to chat about if a girl has a high body count, she doesn't, like, she lacks self-respect. Why is it not the same for guys? Like, I think at the end of the day, like, obviously everyone's free to make their own sexual decisions, but if you're in a place where you're gonna like choose sexual partners that like don't really align with you, or like you don't feel good about it, it's kind of given lack of self-respect. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where I was going with this point because I don't know how I got here.
I
think-
But you get,
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's like
started
how
off
men view
exactly,
themselves is like how they. I feel like. Do you feel like men are projecting then?
But see, do you know, it was
Possibly.
correct because
Possibly.
it goes back to his upbringing. So his mom was a stripper.
Oh,
And
makes a lot of
yeah,
sense. Not gonna
he
lie.
also said that he had dated.
Sorry.
Sure,
He had dated a lot
I love
of
strippers.
women. I'm screaming. He dated a lot of women where their families had judged him concerning his past. So I
Okay.
think he was just so surrounded by
rejection.
rejection.
Like families
That when
would
he
reject him.
finally met someone who welcomed him with open arms, he just didn't know what to do
But
with
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
that's also the fear of it being true, and she really does care, but then that being taken away. I
Yeah.
think a lot of the time we try
Self-sabotage.
to avoid
Yes.
rejection by
But you know,
pulling ourselves
he
away.
said that during
Self-sabotage.
his wedding vows. He was
That's what I'm
like,
thinking.
the moment he realized he loved her was when he left. Like, I know it's really hard because that's usually what always happens
Yeah.
with guys.
Yeah.
You don't realize how much you like someone until they're gone.
Yeah.
But that was in that moment when he had to choose between two girls and he chose the wrong one. It wasn't until all the stuff that he felt was taken away from him that he was like, I need this to survive. I need to go back. But luckily, he was able to mend it, and they were actually able to get back.
That's
to a
good.
place. So now he has a good thing, and I genuinely think Bliss, girl, she's better than me.
I just think
She's a great girl.
I just think a lot of people have issues. Like a lot of people have issues that they're not willing to fix.
Yeah.
And they
That's
just
the
want to
problem.
project on other
Yeah,
people.
because that was Irina.
Yeah.
When she saw
I thought you
that,
said that was me, and I was like, sorry, go on.
when
Yes.
Irina first saw him outside the pod, the first thing she said to him was, "You look like a cartoon character." And this
Jesus.
girl said, and I think the first episode when they introduced themselves, she told, like, she was telling everyone how she was so insecure because she had really bad acne, and she was so worried about when her person sees her, what they're gonna see. And the first thing she did when she saw him was judge his appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people are just a projection of themselves. Do
Yeah.
you get me? Like,
100%.
like hurt before you're hurt. Kill
Yeah.
before you
Yeah,
kill.
so that's
Yeah,
exactly
kill.
what she
Skirt before you
did.
get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, hurt very
like,
scary.
I feel like the best type of human beings, I don't know if I can say this, but it's the best type of human beings who know their trauma, know what they've been
Sure.
through, and not project it.
For sure.
Yeah.
If I tell you guys the stuff I've been through, what? I wish I should be wicked.
Do you know what? Therapy is not the worst place to be. Like, I'm like pro therapy.
So here for
Yeah, I mean,
therapy.
yeah.
And even I feel like women actually tend to do it a lot better than men, actually, because a lot of us, we go into our new relationships and we're like, okay, just because this guy's hurt me, I'm willing to give you another chance. Like, I feel like we genuinely try a lot harder than guys do.
Sure down.
Well, we also probably also
love it.
acknowledge the trauma a lot more than guys do. But even though, let's cut out the drama and let's talk about the real people of Love is
Yes,
Blind.
the main-
You know
the main
what? I
event.
don't believe Love is Blind. I believe Love is blurry. But I'm gonna be blind for this man. This man, Brett Brown.
Yeah.
Jesus, you made him on an extremely happy
What?
day.
God took his
Whatever
time,
you
bro.
did to make him replicate it and make me mine, because that's the type of man I need. Sis, this girl got into his house and was like, I don't think the two of us can really work from home in this bedroom. And he goes, oh, we can move upstairs. Two bedroom apartment.
That
three-bedroom
statement,
apartment?
that statement
Whatever
right
about
there.
her vanilla. She was like, yeah. He also grew up from nothing. He has no college degree, and he's one of the top people in Nike for, I think, designing the shoes or whatever. And
No
it
way.
started all from him just designing
Sketching
shoes at
them
home,
notebooks,
sketching
yeah.
them at home.
Belief.
And now he's one of the top dogs in Nike. And the reason why he came into this experiment actually open to like love was that his brother died a few months before his brother's wedding. So what would have meant to have been a wedding ended up turning into a funeral. So he doesn't take anything for granted. He is so loving. He's so caring. I was like, God, that's why.
He's a real attentive person.
Oh,
Yeah.
which is
everything
such an
about.
important
But you know what
thing.
scares me? He just looks a bit too perfect on TV.
Yeah,
You know, it actually
it looks
scares me.
too good to be true.
And is he-
He's just a bit
is
too
he
overwhelming?
Is he pretty?
Yes. Oh, he's
Let me show you a
handsome.
picture.
Oh, yeah, he's handsome.
He
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
handsome, tall. Handsome, tall, rich,
He
and black.
clearly takes care of himself as well. Like, he looks fresh. He looks like he smells good.
And he does the cooking. She can cook. He does the cooking. Oh,
Yeah.
no. God.
Yeah.
Nah, I think there's
It's too
probably
good to be true.
there's
It scares
defo
me.
Why
yeah.
do we think that, though?
Because
everybody has-
too perfect.
Are we not, our
No one
are we
is
not
perfect.
projections of ourselves?
No, because
no one is perfect. There has to be
But
something.
again, he's displayed like certain characteristics, but we don't know the guy. We've seen
That's it.
we've seen
But-
the edits. We've seen the edits.
yeah,
I
that's
just
what
think-
I mean.
And
There's
in
something
TV,
there.
in reality TV, they will always pick people who are going to be the really good guy, the really
Yeah.
bad guys, the you
Yeah.
know,
Crazy.
all these things, right? So
Yeah.
he was obviously chosen to be the chosen one in terms of the guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's like, do you know, this is like proper analysis of like reality TV right here. But like, if he's gonna project himself as being the perfect person on TV, do you get me? Like, then he obviously has that like mind where he can act a
No, but
certain
let me
type
tell
of
you
way.
now, for-
I don't
for-
know what I
no,
mean?
For someone who's lived, remember, I've lived this reality TV life. You can't fake 24/7. You
Psy-
see it.
Psychopaths
Well, the
can.
You
thing, the
see
thing
it.
about him though,
Psychopaths
it's not overbearing. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. It's
See,
and to
it's
be honest,
us.
a lot of the scenes he's in, he's quiet. He's mad quiet.
Okay,
No,
okay.
He's
At
very
first I was like,
quiet.
is he like this
Yeah.
guy?
He
He's
just
not saying
looks
anything.
too good to be true. Not
Okay.
because he's like forcing it, but it's just like, how can someone so perfect exist? Like, no way in hell. Like, how can he exist like that?
I just
Yeah,
think
like, it's
everybody
actually
has
scary, huh?
imperfections,
But
and you have.
I'm not. I never said he was perfect. She
You
said
know
that.
what? I
But-
think he's the closest
Touche,
thing to
Meg.
perfect I've seen in a while. But I feel like maybe the thing with him is that he's very particular in his ways. Like, did you see when
For
he was
sure.
getting married? He
Yeah.
was like, my suit doesn't fit, and he
Yeah,
flipped.
I saw it. That
And
was so
he
cool.
made
I
it on the
like,
day
Jesus.
of his wedding. He had to go get his
Go
suit
his
tailored
pants
Yeah.
because it was too big.
Okay.
So he's not someone who can just hustle and bustle it. And he was like, I shouldn't have to compromise on today. And we were like, yo.
But no, but he didn't throw a tantrum. You're making it. She's
Like, see, I told you he's crazy. No, but he did with his brother. He was giving out to his brother.
I would be
This
pissed.
wasn't with
Would you
his
not
wife.
be pissed on your wedding?
It's just,
yeah,
I think it's just
never happened
nerves.
to me.
There needs to be
wouldn't
some
happen to me.
grace.
I would be
And
pissed.
he's like so proper. His nails are all like clipped
I think-
proper and like, yeah.
That's too perfect for me.
That's what I mean. He's so perfect.
But like, we love a man that can carry
But I'm
himself
okay
in
with
certain
that.
situations.
Maybe he's a perfectionist though.
That's probably
Yeah.
what
That's
it
where the
is.
issues are gonna come in.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
Perfectionist. He gives perfectionist.
he
vibes.
Yeah.
does.
He
But
does.
like, there's been moments where like Tiffany had her like breakdown on the sofa and stuff, and like you know,
Yeah.
he seems to still
And
be
he was
able to
so
like be there for those
caring.
moments.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I listen.
Yo, look,
we'll
we've had
see.
some good news. Can you get on to Marshall and
Jackie.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Let's get to the good parts.
Marshall and Jackie.
Yeah.
Marshall, I'll marry you. I would have married him the day that guy got up and went to the farmer's market, came home and made me pancakes with fresh compote. I would have married him there.
I have a controversial opinion on him. I, to be honest, think he gives like the nice guy complex where he's kind of like trying. You know, the thing is, right? She clearly, in my opinion, wasn't really feeling him that much.
No.
And he was refusing again, Chelsea vibes, refusing to actually see that and trying to like force her to see I'm such a good guy, I'm such a nice guy. Guys who act like that freak me out because I'm like, if I like be secure, like are you okay, like get up and stand up, like
he was more on the softer emotional side.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind.
No, but like
a soft boy, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. But it's more so I'm a nice guy, like you know. And even then he said to her, "Oh, you were a project."
That was a bit red
I said,
flaggy.
seek therapy. Please.
When he said that, he was like, "You're a project," and he was like,
"I was trying to help you, basically."
Yeah,
like no, I'm sorry. Exactly. There it is.
I saw potential.
I was like straight
when he said that, I said,
"You're ruining it."
Yeah.
So yeah, I would not marry that man.
No, I wouldn't.
He needs to deal with some stuff as well, just as much as she does.
Was he not in the military? Was that not like his role? I feel like he
was. He in the military?
Was that not his job? I thought that was it. Was he in the military? I mean, I could be getting this wrong.
I don't remember what he did actually.
Yeah, but I also feel like that girl probably also pushed his buttons.
For sure.
Yeah,
she did. She took the piss.
When he said that, to be fair, do I think he 100,000% meant it?
Do you know something else I spotted that she did? Every time she would start an argument with him, instead of apologizing, this girl never said I loved you once. She would always go up and hug him and say, "Tell me you love me."
She would say, "Love me, choose me." You know,
choose me.
What a weirdo.
She'd literally be like,
psychopath. And then I saw an interview she did afterwards, and she was like, "I was ready for the experience. I was just not ready for Marshall, and I was ready for Josh." And we're like, "You're ready to cause trauma and damage. That's all you know, and that's all you get." She's crazy.
I had to
Energy
laugh though
sucker.
when she was in the pool. You know when they're on like their not so honeymoon, and she was calling Irina a peasant. That actually made me laugh so much.
Yeah.
But then she was like, "I'm keeping the ring," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
I was like, that's how you also know she broke. Why'd you want his money?
Yeah, true.
You're broke. Like, what you need the ring
I think
for?
Love Is Blind buys the rings though.
Yeah, that's
They
why
do.
I was watching. I was
They
like, so
do.
why does she want to keep the ring?
Yeah.
I was like, give it. And I
Straight
know
to the
in
point.
his mind he's thinking like that was a symbol of what I gave to
course.
you. Like,
Yeah.
this is over.
Yeah.
Why are you rolling around with your ex-fiance's ring? Like that to me that's weird as hell.
She's gonna pawn it.
Of course
That's
she's
what I was
broke because
thinking,
she needs the money.
Defo.
Yeah.
What I didn't like though was like the lack of honesty clearly coming from her. Like she wasn't direct with him. Like she could have been real and been like, "You know what? Listen, I'm not feeling you like that. You're a great guy. I'm not attracted to you," because she really was not physically attracted to him.
Yeah.
And she started my family back home and all. And remember, she started crying, having a breakdown, and she was trying to blame it on things at home and stuff. But like that's not what it was about. Like be honest, be
Yeah,
real. He's trying to comfort her. Like
someone
I saw that.
Yeah, and she was like referring to him as being gay and stuff like that. And she
She's
was
like, he
saying
twerks
stuff
in-
It was nice. Yeah.
She said he twerks in bed and all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Oh no, but
I
that
don't know
should have
what
been
that
just him taking the mic.
I-
Like
to
I've
be
seen
fair,
guys
he
like
looks
messing
like he's-
around when
yeah.
Meg the Stallion comes on.
He's just a
you
bit
know?
fun, you know. He's just a bit fun.
just a bit of fun.
Yeah, but guys, look, let's get into some serious.
I was
Is that
gonna
all?
say,
Is that all the Love Island? Is that not Love Island?
the ones that
Love
are
Is Blind.
Blind.
Yeah. Cool. So
I'm gonna watch it tonight now.
You should watch
It's
it.
really good.
Honestly,
I'm gonna have
Season 4.
preconceptions of
Season 4.
everyone.
And they're doing a reunion, so baby, you still got time.
I
to
love
catch
the
up.
reunions.
But I actually want to talk about like, you know, because obviously it's like usually when I come here with the topics, I won't lie, call me selfish. I bring my own personal experiences into it, so I can ask people like, are you guys feeling the same? Am I wrong? So obviously, I want to talk about being sexualized as a woman. Is it a blessing or a curse? Let's go.
Curse.
Could it be both? Say that.
Are there ways we benefit from being sexualized? For sure.
Yes.
Can there be ways we benefit more? Was the better question. Yeah. But ultimately, I think it's more so a curse than a blessing.
For sure.
That's my initial like gut reaction. Like.
Yeah. I agree. Because trying to make something good from being sexualized, especially if that's not the way you're trying to perceive yourself,
Yeah.
it's not good.
I think like definitely like I think there's sometimes I want to go out and I want to look hot and I want people to tell me I look hot. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But then there's times I could be in the office, I could be walking down the street, do you know what I mean? And I could just be getting on with my errands, getting on with my day. And then you can just see these people staring at you and you can see that they're picturing you in a certain type of way. And it's
undressing
like,
you with their eyes.
yeah, and you're just
Especially
like,
if you have big titties or big
swear.
ass or anything.
Yeah.
Even if you just exist in a space.
yeah.
It's weird.
And I think I remember because I developed quite early as well. And I was actually only having a conversation with one of my friends about this. But like, I used to work, like in one of my jobs I used to work, there used to be men that like I was like 15 years of age. Do you know what I mean? And like, I remember I'd be like walking to work or walking home from work, and there'd be men and they'd be like, oh, what's up? Like, what's your name? And I'd be like, oh, like I have a conversation because I was friendly, and they'd be like, oh, what age are you? I'd be like, oh, I'm 15, 16. And they were like, oh, like, we can still be friends. Can I have your number? And you're like, no, like you're 20 years of age and get away from me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like when you're sexualized from that young of an age, it's sort of just like,
Puts you off completely.
get over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, boobs are boobs. If I don't stare at them all the time, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Agree.
Do you feel like there's a way sexualization can be used as a tool?
A tool for what though?
Tool to get what we want. Tool
That's
to
what
girls do it.
that's what I
why
said at the start. Like that's why
Yeah.
I was kind of going like, can it be a beneficial thing? Yes, of course. Even when you think of the likes of OnlyFans, people can make a living off of that. And
Swear.
that's their choice, you know. And again, that's the element, or that's them being sexualized, you know. Obviously,
Yeah.
but it's consensual.
Yeah.
So
For
the
sure.
difference is being consensually sexualized is different from
Facts,
being
girl, you came with
non-consensually
facts.
sexualized. You get me?
Because
Yeah.
I like
Definitely.
that
I
word
come from the gym
consensual.
today
Yeah.
in like shorts and crop top, whatever, in my gym fit. Like, and just guys literally hanging out their car windows and all. I'm like, bro, like your
Beeping
kids
their
are
horns,
Yeah.
caca.
It's
The
so
ones with the
embarrassing.
kids.
It's so embarrassing.
Weirdos.
It's so
The ones with the
embarrassing.
wives.
The ones with the wives,
Oh,
yeah.
stop it.
It's
Absolutely
Do you
crazy,
get
to
me?
be honest.
Like, I think, yeah, there's obviously a benefit, like, you know what I mean? Like, people always want to help the damsel in distress and
Yeah.
stuff like that, do you know what I mean? And yeah, sometimes it's nice to feel like somebody's helping you, but I'd rather just someone help me because they want
to.
they want to,
Yeah.
not because I've got my boobs
even,
out.
even
Yeah.
when you're thinking like, you know, like let's say if you're attractive and like guys are sexualizing you and you're out on a night out and they want to buy you drinks, da da da. I personally don't like that. I personally don't accept drinks from guys. If girls do, that's their business. That's not
what
my
I say.
business.
Yeah.
I just don't like that, right? But again, that's a way that women can benefit from this kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
being viewed in this way or whatever. But again, what's expected then as well? Do you know?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
for
what's
sure.
the consequences?
And
Yeah.
and you know what the thing is, I think a lot of women are actually probably so used to being sexualized that you kind of sometimes don't even notice it.
Yeah.
But when you notice it, it just feels gross. Like,
Yeah.
it feels so gross. And again,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be touched or actually physically harassed. Like even
Yeah.
gawking and people following you and all these things, that makes me massively uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's not acknowledged. Do you know what I mean?
No.
People don't acknowledge how much that makes you feel anxious and just sick in your own body. Do you know?
Yeah.
I won't lie as well. What really kind of annoys me sometimes is like guys are so quick to say, "Oh, these girls they get free things, they get this and that, they get da, da, da." But there's a cost to it.
And
I
who
might not be
created that
paying physical
system?
money.
Who created that system?
You tell them.
Where's the camera?
It's the camera.
that system. Yes. This is what I always say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you think about like patriarchy, sorry to bring it up, but when you think about how the world was kind of created, it was created initially to benefit men. Okay,
Yeah.
it was.
For
Is it
sure.
still exactly that way? Not necessarily, but in ways, yeah. But women had to find ways to cope. Women had to find ways to combat this. So again, looking really sexy and realizing that guys maybe won't. The thing is, actually, we're pretty privileged. You know, I always say this, like, it could be really good or really bad, because let's say you're really conventionally attractive, it might let you get away with things, you might get free things, this, that, the other, but it also could mean your safety's at risk, because if
Sure.
a guy finds you really attractive, they might be more likely to fucking stalk you,
Defo.
harass you, murder you,
Yeah.
all these
100%.
things. I know that sounds extreme, but it's true. There's two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Really horrible, and then the kind of, you know, superficial stuff, buy me
Yeah.
drinks, buy me what I want, pay for me to fly out, da-da-da-da.
And this is why I always go back to be careful, like accepting drinks from people on nights out and things like that. Always make sure that you're able to do these things yourself. As I said, it comes with consequences. You just don't know when
Yeah.
those consequences are going to happen.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, men created that system.
Do you
Sorry,
think-
Sasha, yeah.
Yeah, no, they definitely have. But do you think like you can like accept being sexualized at sometimes and then not at the others? Like, do you have to be all in or all out?
Yeah, pick
Do you
and
get me?
choose.
That's a good question, actually.
I think
'Cause
it's
again,
it's tough.
comfort.
yeah, I think like, of course, people are gonna say, "Oh, that's contradictory." Excuse me, all humans are walking contradictions. Relax.
Yeah.
Do this and say, just calm down for a second. But there are certain instances where it is just, as I said, it crosses boundaries for you.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on your personal boundaries.
Yeah.
I love that.
So being followed around a club by a man who's standing like, yeah, when you're dancing, that's a crossing a boundary for me, sir. You're gonna get, you know,
Yeah.
get, like, you know, whatever. For other people, they can probably just blankly just ignore that, oh, whatever, you know, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just depends on your personal boundaries. And I just wish that people would be more accepting of that, or like, you know, be a bit more comfortable with women advocating for those boundaries and
Fair.
needs, and not being contradicting yourself, like it suits you here and it doesn't then. You could say that about a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is a perfect way to link the girls' room. Go on, Meg.
Get into it.
Because I feel like you basically created a boundary.
Yeah.
Yes.
You created a boundary. That's historical. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, for real. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so again, like obviously I'm very passionate about this stuff, and I clearly spend a lot of time thinking about it, talking about it.
Yeah.
But with the girls' room, that was inspired, like, you know what, it was born out of pure rage, because I was actually so sick and tired of hearing about all these things happening to women. And of course, disclaimer, it's not all men. I'm not saying that. I don't think that all men are awful, this, that, the other. But there was a lot of instances where men were attacking women, harassing women, murdering women, spiking women, etc. Right? And this was back in January last year when I started to think about all these things. And I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. Like, I don't think we need to segregate all of society or anything. But is there a way to create an outlet for women that they can feel comfortable in their bodies and in their selves and just freely enjoy just a couple of hours together, you know? So I started to brainstorm the girls' room, and literally just went on from there. And to be honest, the name wasn't even decided at first. I actually had the inspiration. It was like, you know, I was brainstorming, like, what am I going to call this thing, da-da-da-da. And I was down a night out, and I went into the bathroom, and there was a girl crying over, like, her boyfriend. And I was like, you should dump that man, he's trash. I didn't even know who she was. Like, she was complimenting my outfit. Like, everyone was just getting together. I was like, do you know what, let's call it the girls' room. That would make so much sense. Like,
Yeah.
But again, that was born from just being completely fed up. But then, obviously, as I started to brainstorm, I was like, this is actually going to be lit. Like, this is going to be really fun as well. Like, it's not just all about the negative sides of it. Like, of course, there's important issues and discussions to be had around it. But ultimately, what it's become is just such a fun, freeing, a relaxing environment for people to really be present and enjoy their night, you know, and just view themselves in a different way as well outside of the male gaze. Like, not everyone feels the need to, like, perform for the male gaze, but a lot of women do. We're conditioned to do that. So the behavior is totally different. People are dancing like whatever, dancing however they want, wearing whatever they want. I literally wore the shortest skirt of my life.
Yes,
at the last
Batty
one.
Rider.
And I would never do that on a regular night. I even wore other clothes, different clothes home. I brought like a jumpsuit to wear home because I would no way go on the street like that. Because again, people looking, I wouldn't want people to look at me like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's completely different. People leave their drinks down, come back a few minutes later. People leave their back. Like, I know that's a bit of a
safe,
but it's just people.
That's how safe it is.
Very
how
safe
comfortable
and so
people
relaxed
are,
and comfortable. And the feedback, is out of this world. Like, every event I have people come to me like, you don't know what you've done for me with this space. Like, this has helped me with my confidence. I've made friends. I don't feel lonely anymore. Like, I see myself in a different way. And like, even the girls that are involved in like the marketing and the promo shoots, they're all girls that have attended, or girls or non-binary folks that have attended the girls' room. And I see them, and I'm like looking for people for this shoot, and they've attended the events. I contact them and they get involved. So again, they get to view themselves in this other way in front of a camera, modeling for something. So again, another layer of confidence. So it's really like a community now. It's really becoming something beautiful. Like, really.
To be honest, as honestly, I mean, I think I used the wrong English at the start. I said historical. Is that the right English? I don't think it is. But I just wanted to.
I get what you're gonna say though.
I wanted to say it's actually just very important, like what you've done, like, because obviously I don't think something has popped up in Ireland.
Not in Ireland.
Years.
Right. Like, no one's done it.
So like, it's honestly amazing that you can create that space, because I even was gonna ask you, like, let's say they're still customers. So obviously, have you observed your customers not like being? Because obviously, some guys think that girls go to the club for men, but sometimes no, I'm going there because they're gonna play bashment and I just want to shake bum in an environment where I can shake bum.
And no one's gonna touch me.
And no one's gonna touch me. Do you get me? So like, how do what was been the first reactions have you observed from people coming to your events? Like, how was the first few stages?
Like,
the first few stages of them.
It's mad. So like the first one, I think we had like 120 people or something. So it was like still, and it was a Thursday night as well, which was cool. So I was happy with that. But it was so new. I just was like, let's just see how it all phases out. But immediately, like from the first one, you could just see that people were really relaxed and they were really having fun. Like, the music was good, everyone was just vibing. And then the second one was in the Grand Social, and I decided, let's get people to dance on the stage. Like, let's just pull people up. Do you know what I mean? Not pull people up, but like welcome them. So I would go and just stick twerk and stuff, and then I'd be like, right, who's next? And all these girls were just coming up on the stage, dancing, shaking ass, like dancing with each other.
Sounds like my
and
vibe,
like everyone's just like, like cheering them on, like hyping them up, like. And there was no, you know, like, what's she like on the stage doing that, you know, because you will get that. I think, I know to my core.
You do.
You can be in a regular like club environment, and if you're dancing a little too much or you're getting a little bit too much attention, certain girls will look at you and go like,
what she's doing too
like,
much,
she's doing that for attention, No, I just like to dance and shake my ass, my root chakra. Like, leave me alone, like, you know. So like, whatever. But no, it's crazy. So from then it's just kind of gotten even wilder, to be honest. Like, people just, again, dance how they want to dance, wherever they want to wear, hop up on the stage. Like we do a happy birthday every event as well.
That's
So
lit.
usually someone will text me like, oh, it's such and such birthday. So we bring them up, get them a sash, sing happy birthday.
Yeah,
Everyone sings
that's
to
so
them.
nice.
It's really
Wait,
beautiful.
quick question there.
Yeah.
Is it like girls only?
It's girls
Yeah.
and non-binary.
Non-binary.
people.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, are you gonna let the trans people in as well? Like,
Yeah,
the-
it is. Yeah. So
Okay.
of course, to me, trans women are women like I would count them as women. So
yeah.
Well, I've been at Georgian's lit. Have you been out on a night out in George?
One of the best nights I've ever had in my
Best
life.
nights you'll ever have. Promise.
Yeah.
Really?
You what? Best night you'll ever have.
no, it is actually lit. Like
It
Yeah.
is.
Lit in the George.
Y'all should
Honestly,
take it
I
then.
think it was after Pride I went. I actually, it was actually one of the best things ever.
Honestly, people
So
there
honestly-
are just so much fun, non-judgmental,
Yeah.
laughs. Girl, you could shake your ass in the George too.
I swear.
You
And
can
there's probably a
twerk-
fella doing it better than you.
Yeah.
There's probably a fella doing it better than
I'm
you.
not coming.
No.
How dare he not? How
And
dare
you're
he?
literally just like, you're just like,
I don't know. Yeah.
no, but like the George it is. I think that's like before, like obviously, like that was the first space I think I felt in that I could just be like, I could do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I haven't actually got the opportunity to go to the girls' room yet, but like every time I see it, I'm just like, go Meg, go Meg. Like
Yeah,
this is
no,
unreal. Do you know what I
100%,
mean?
yeah.
It's amazing.
Not that I've been stalking you or anything, but it was just kind of like, I kind of see what you've been doing, and like,
Yeah.
I do have to commend you, because it's not easy in a society where, well, I sound so.
that was so like.
Baby, use your degree. I mean, use your
You're
master's.
sitting as like professor.
Use your
you're like,
master's.
Yeah.
No, but like, you know what? Yeah, you have to give people their flowers or appreciate
Yes,
them and
straight
let them
down.
know what you're doing is awesome. And like, that's why I wanted you to come here and talk and let these girls know that's listening. That, because you know what, yeah, man, them with girlfriends, yeah, you send your girl to the girls' room because she's not gonna cheat there.
Do you get me?
You get me?
Well,
I was just about to say, are you
as
sure?
long as she doesn't swing that way. Like,
Yeah.
True.
She might not come
Yeah,
back.
might for the night. I love
What
that.
happens in the girls' room stays in the girls' room.
That's the one.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
telling you.
I think it's not only, it's really commendable as well that
Yeah.
you've created this space, but you've created it with like no bias. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people from the outside looking in, a lot of men, or like, do you know what? A lot of people we won't
Yeah.
say certain genders.
The other
They're
gender.
probably like, oh, you know what? Like this is feminist, you know, bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just
Vibes.
a vibe. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just a vibe.
just
You know the
vibes.
vibes. You know the vibes.
Like, you're not doing anything to offend anyone.
Yeah, no.
You're literally
Yeah.
just creating a space in a boundary, which I feel like
Yeah.
is so beautiful. It's
It's
almost
amazing.
poetic.
It is. It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Literally. But we'll spin back on that, right?
Yeah,
but I
no
wanted to
worries.
talk about basically, obviously, back to sexualization and stuff like that. Well, do you guys think? Now, I love my girl Ice Spice. I love her.
I love her too.
Gorgeous babe. But do you think she would be where she is? I was about to.
If she didn't look the way she looks.
Yeah.
No.
First of all, I like sexualize. Like sex sells. Like,
It does.
do you know what?
That's what we're.
Like,
Yeah, that's
It's a
how it comes
market.
back to
Men
the
and
piece
women.
of benefit.
Yeah.
yeah, sex sells. Do you
Yeah.
get me? Because like we are in a male-dominated world. Do you
True,
get me?
true.
And men
Men
just
like boobies and ass.
do you
Yeah.
get me?
And everything
So
else.
like they like it, and if you think about it, like that's why OnlyFans like shot up the way it did. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, you can look at this. Like you won't have to pay for it." Do you know what I mean? Like we had Pornhub there for about like 20 odd years or something. Do you know what I mean? But as soon as you get to see people that you might know,
Yeah.
you're gonna start paying for it. Do you know what I mean? Like I just
But I feel like
sex will
sometimes
always sell
it blinds talent.
for sure.
Like obviously,
It
or it blinds.
surpasses or whatever. Like
Yeah, it can, sometimes it can blind it or it can enhance it. Because let's say Ice Spice without the body, I won't lie to you. Not that like I'm, evil or something. But when I'm listening to her, like any of her music, I'm thinking about her first video where she's doing that lean over and she's touching her thing, which I think is actually absolutely sick.
You know, it's so
But that's
nice.
I know him. I love it. You get me? And like that's the vibe she brings. So that's
But
what's always in my head.
It's so weird because where I first heard Ice Spice was TikTok, and it wasn't even. I heard the song. I
What's
didn't
the
know
song?
what she looked like until the Blaze a Liar, and she was in a tracksuit. I've not seen her do.
Did she sound thick when you listened to her the first
She
time?
sound what?
Did she sound? Did she sound?
That's like asking if Meg the Stallion sounds thick when you first listen
You know
to her.
what? Yeah, I feel
You
like.
get where I'm coming from. Obviously, when you hear a female rapper, I don't imagine.
But you know what?
Sorry,
I don't.
someone.
I did not imagine
Okay.
her.
Hope
To
I
be
don't sound
sexual.
offensive.
Listen,
but-
right. But what female rapper do you know that isn't sexualized. Like there's a few.
Or is
like,
skinny.
do you know what I mean?
You know, with no
like
bum,
what
no
female
breast,
rappers?
just vibes.
Female rappers, because
Well-
female artists are different. Do you get me?
If,
Female rappers.
if we take what
apart
you said,
from Young
though,
Man,
right?
Young M.A.
Young M.A.
There's
Female
our
rappers
girl.
that haven't been sexualized, but when you think of female rappers who are not considered conventionally attractive, or like whether it's the body, face, or whatever, or the whole package, they're not even counted in that. Like they're not gonna be sexualized because they're not in that bracket that is considered like attractive.
Sure.
So those are probably the ones that would come to our minds. That wouldn't be conventionally
Yeah.
attractive. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But like when you think like, you know, if you're at like obviously like Nicki Minaj,
When you
Joe,
was
like
deep
all
in-
them, all
the
them.
rap-
Yeah.
Do you know
the
what I
rap
mean?
game
But
is also a
I'm
mad world.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm more so saying in the sense of like we're in a society of like, okay, yeah, the women who are making it are the ones that are like
Attractive or
sexually
whatever. Yes.
attract, like and that are being sexualized. They might not want it to be that way. They like I don't know what way they want it, but they're the ones that are making it. Do you get me? Like.
No, it's
I was gonna say actually I do love Ice Spice's music though. I know it's still listening
Yeah.
even if she didn't look
If
the way
she,
she
yeah,
looked.
yeah, yeah, it's still a
But that's
vibe.
me, that's
Still a
me
vibe.
though.
Yeah, but I'm a music-
I know I enjoy her.
Here, I won't lie, I haven't listened to her.
Like her songs,
Haven't
her
listened
songs
to
are
her.
really good, like in the club setting.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you get
more
me?
with you on the Ice Spice.
And her
thing.
flow is actually
quite
good.
I'm not gonna lie, her music
But-
doesn't appeal to me as much. The catchy songs, yeah, because you
Yeah.
hear it all the time on TikTok. It's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
But I've not for once turned around and been like, let me
Ice
sit
Spice.
down and listen to Ice Spice.
Yeah, I haven't
I
like.
listen to her in the gym though. Like I think it's the setting as well. Do you know what I mean? Or if I'm getting ready for a night out or whatever. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like I probably wouldn't listen
Yeah.
just randomly during the day while I'm doing my little like office bits. Do you get me? But like, just there, like
Yeah.
emails like.
I don't know. I think I take music very
I think I'm
seriously.
the same.
Yeah.
I take
Do you know what I
music
mean?
very seriously. But then also
Like, I'm
these
not
women
thinking
as
about the
well,
artist.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Nah.
It's not
Join
that-
us.
The women in
It
the
was
music
never that
like-
serious. No, but I appreciate that though. But like
Yeah.
I think because I have ADHD, I like to consume things constantly. So like I will just listen to things constantly. Like, do you get me?
No,
I'm
but
the
I will
same.
as well. But like the thing
you're very
is,
But I just
Like-
don't find her music.
it's just not someone I choose.
Music.
That's fair. Oh,
Yeah,
fair.
it's like because like I don't know.
I think I like the way because the thing is, yeah, I'll be going around like "Grrrah, keep it a stack, right? And then so I'll stim that. Like I'll just be going around my gaff.
Do you know
like,
what? Maybe
doing little
it's
mo-
also
Wait, what
because
happened?
we haven't.
I
sat
remember
down and
I did
given
it.
her-
I copied you, yeah, and then I tried to do
Give
it
it a
again,
stack.
and I couldn't do it. I was like, and then I was like, I did it, and then I tried to do it again, and I was just like,
Every time
I thought you were just in shock and you were like,
no, I don't know. Somebody do that again. But then if I go, I can't do it. That's fucking
wait,
weird.
what? If you could do what?
She has to
So it's like
focus on it.
I have to focus on someone else.
Concentration thing.
But then,
It's like you can't.
like,
But
You're choking on a hairball,
I like
sorry.
that she has stuff that's catchy because like,
Yeah.
it just I don't know.
And
Like,
her
every-
music
every
is very
time-
easy to remember.
Every
It
time, like,
is.
I have a bowl of oats and work in the morning,
I
I
think
eat
it's
my
that
oats.
oats,
I say,
yeah.
like, yeah, I be thick because I eat my oats.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
thinking, like,
It gets
I
thick
think
overnight.
it's
From me,
I
but
think
no.
it's because we haven't sat down to like
See,
listen to her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
really take. Do you know what people like artists that get famous from TikTok? I don't really
Take them
count.
seriously.
Yeah, I don't take them seriously.
Don't.
Get
You don't
me?
have
She
to
goes, they
take it
haven't worked
seriously,
hard
though.
enough.
It's just I don't know. For me, I'm just having fun listening to my Ice Spice and I enjoy it. But like I don't. I'm like saying like she's like a groundbreaking artist.
Yeah.
No, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah.
You know that. But is
Yeah.
it fun?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you,
I
wait,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
ask Ree this
For the
question.
girls, yes.
Do you think she's needed or wanted?
Oh,
She's wanted.
So basically, I
Wanted.
asked, like, I asked
Wanted.
another artist
Wanted.
before, like, are they wanted or needed? Just to see where they had it in
That's a really
regards
good
She's
question.
wanted.
But I
Yeah.
think she's wanted.
She's
I
wanted.
don't think she's needed.
Yeah.
needed.
she's wanted.
I need music. I need artists.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like, if I want them, I just listen to. Like, it's different than when I'm in the car. Do you get me? If I'm driving, I'm literally like, yeah, any song can get it. Do you know what I mean? But like. At home, on the way home from work, in work, like it's needed. Like I need music. Like I need what I like, and I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's fair.
Yeah.
A curveball.
Okay.
Sex on the first date. Are we doing it?
Whoa.
No?
Straight
I've
in,
never
no
been on a
kissing.
date before in my life.
Straight in.
You've never been on a date?
Never
Wait,
been on
what?
a date.
And you know what? No, because I know the problem.
No,
is
she's
that
resting.
not
She's-
asked.
she's-
I
I'm
know
a
the
joker.
problem.
I'm
Okay, I was saying,
God.
because I know damn well people be asking.
Girl.
Girl, that's just
So-
how gullible I am.
Gosh. Oh gosh.
I think there is no shame to it. I've never done it, but
It
there's no
depends
shame
on
to it.
like how you feel. Like again, it's just a personal preference. Do you know what I mean? Like how
Yeah.
because to be honest, yeah, I know that some people say, oh, if you have sex on the first date, they won't take you seriously. Blah blah. blah. I think that can also depend on the person and their intention with you,
Yeah.
and also how much they actually like you and value you. Do you get me?
And how good the pum pum is. Yeah.
So-
And how much respect
What
for
did
the friend you have.
And how good.
How good the coochie is. How good the coochie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I feel like as well, like I think people look, okay, you know what, yeah, we don't promote research here like that, but I was just gonna say before I say it, that people place too much emphasis on this, research on the first date. I feel like if she does it and you also do it, you guys just had the same intention.
exactly.
I don't think it's like, obviously, like,
Or you're both
it's
feeling
not
it,
on
like,
one person.
because again, as I'm saying, like, if a guy is to like turn around and make an opinion on you because you slept with him on the first date, he also slept with you on the first date. Like, you're
like,
as well.
Yeah, but men, no, but men, men don't have men. That's different for men. Men are different. Complete
They're
sarcasm.
biologically reprogrammed
Yeah.
differently in the brain.
They can get away with those things because they're men. That's it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they can't. Do you know what? I just think if I was to have sex on a first date, I just think I know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Like even if I like, do you get me? Like it's more so like, look, it was fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're.
Me personally, I'm not having sex on the first date. But if other girlies want to do that, oh my god, go
Do
for
you?
it.
Go ahead.
Do you get me?
Go for it. It's
Yeah.
again personal boundaries and your what's your intention? What do you want from
to
this?
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's up to you. Like, but
Yeah.
do I think it's wrong or right? No, I don't.
I don't
have
know.
like
Yeah, I wouldn't like.
Like-
I wouldn't do it. But like, if I was to do it, like, I'm not taking you seriously.
To be honest, like,
Fair.
Do you get
I don't know,
me?
let's say, for
I
example,
think as well, it's very important to let people cook. Yeah. So like, if I am getting to know someone, I want to like actually get to know them.
yeah,
And I also am at a point in my life where I value myself in a way of like, not saying that people who have sex on the first date don't value themselves. It's just my own personal perception of
Yeah.
myself or like what I value at the moment. I want to get to know people on that
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
and then kind of explore like physical intimacy. Do you get me?
let's say,
I don't know, it's where I'm at.
example, like your daughter comes up to you and asks, "Oh, mom, what you feel about?" Like, what are you gonna tell her?
About sex on the first date.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is how people get murdered and get chopped into bodies and pulled in a luggage bag down an elevator and put into a massive dumpster.
Yeah, like I won't tell my daughter
You don't
to
know
do
this
it.
person.
Oh yeah, no, come on.
Do you
let's,
get
let's,
me?
come on now.
Like
Let's
even
do
if she's 23, she's saying, "Mom," because I'm 23 now. If she's saying, "Mom,
have you not seen those
I'm
horror
disgusted
stories?
on a
You know
date.
what? I've actually become my mother because this is what my mom used to do. She always used to be paranoid I go missing. But this happens to women.
she
Yeah.
fearmonger you
don't-
like
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get
My
so
grandparents
scared
would
with
do that
stuff
to me
like
all the
this.
time.
Yeah.
Like you do not know this person. You don't know anything about your safety. You don't know if you can trust this person.
Yeah.
If you go to their home on day one. What, this was Jeffrey Dahmer?
damn."
You don't know.
Also, like even just to like,
I actually
let's say,
forgot about that whole
on
element.
day one.
even I feel
Yeah,
like
I
as
know.
well the aspect of like sometimes fight me, devil's advocates, all the other side, all those bars before you land. Yeah, I feel like, let's say that cocktail date thing, 5% of it is a scam.
Cocktail date? Wait, what's
Like
this?
like when you go out, you just drink.
Oh, I don't do that.
Obviously, there's some
on a
food.
date
There's
to
some
just
food.
drink.
Yeah.
There's food involved. However, like when there's like the cocktails are rolling,
When
and stuff
alcohol
like,
gets
obviously
involved.
don't go on a date and like obviously know yourself. Don't take to that. But just even advise people like if you're going on a date and you know you're a lightweight, I'm talking to myself.
Please eat food.
Don't you get me? Like please.
Please eat food.
I think going on a like alcoholic date is a real Irish thing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I think it is because most people like if you think we're like for Irish culture, yup, lads. It's like people socialize in pubs and bars. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and. You know what? Like, especially if you're like a pub goer, like a daily pub goer.
If you're a drinker, you're going to
Yeah.
go on a drinky kind of date.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
let's go for a pint. Do you get
Yeah,
me?
it
Because
feels
you can
natural
knock
to you.
4 back and
Yeah.
you're still grand.
Yeah.
Whereas if I knock 4 back, I'm telling you I love you. Do you get
Yeah,
me?
literally. I won't lie, if I go on a date now, right, and it's like a cocktail kind of themed date, we're gonna eat, but there's cocktail. I just know that I'm just gonna have 2 cocktails because Demi after cocktail
Do you get
3.
me? Yeah, like,
Is that-
let's get married.
Do you get me? So like, I think that happened one time, and after that one time, I said, "Yeah, Demi, you're cool. Just 1 glass of wine and go home." But I think when I get comfortable with the guy, then maybe I can like drink a bit more.
You
For
also
now,
want to be like aware. Like you got
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's the intention as well. Like again, if the intention of this date is actually to get to know this person, you actually do kind of like them and you're feeling them, whatever. You're gonna want to remember and you're gonna want to be able to actually be there and present in the experience. Me, anyways. Like, do you know what I mean? But like again, if you're not taking it serious, you might just go and get pissed and get some free drinks or whatever your plan was. Do you get
Yeah.
me? But like,
Yeah, just go a bit wild.
Just be
Yeah.
safe and make sure these people aren't crazy because that's
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
biggest fear
protect
when it comes to
yourself.
Because you actually don't day one, you don't know this person, you know nothing about them, you don't know anything anything about your safety. So whenever you're going out there, please be safe.
Vibes.
Do you know what?
I'm literally
My
like,
friends,
this
one of my
is fuck
friends
it.
actually has this app. So even though she lives in Canada, and her best friend lives in Dublin, they have this app where you can check the location of your friend at all times.
Is it like
So
365?
ladies- Yeah, I think that's what it is. Live 365.
Live 365.
That's what it's called. So download it on your phone, send it to your friends. Any first date you go, I beg you in the name of God, let your friends know. Don't try and hide this man.
Send the
because
Instagrams to your friends
yeah,
as well, the
send
phone
it back.
numbers, everything.
Be like, this was the outfit he was wearing. Oh, babe, I'm just
Yeah.
taking a photo of the food. Let them know what he's wearing. You
Yeah.
don't know, like, it's scary how the world
Yeah,
is
it
right
is,
now.
yeah.
So put your safety first. So God, if you gonna be crazy and go back to his house, let that man know that you sent your location to your friends.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, my friend.
So
I
you
told
come
all my
home.
friends about this date.
Yeah, they know where I
They
am
know.
right now.
They think you're cute. Side eye.
They think you're cute.
Let
Literally.
them know. No, because that shit just scares me.
Do you know, I completely forgot about that whole element because I was just like sex positive here, like no issues on my side.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait,
Yeah,
actually,
no, I'm freaked.
No,
I'm freaked.
I'm so
Yeah.
freaked
But did you-
out.
oh no, I don't want to talk about it. But did you ever see that TikTok about that girl saying that her friend was at a bar and this guy was like desperately trying to bring her home and she'd been kissing him and stuff, and then she didn't go home with him, and then she went to the doctors with an infection on her face, and it turned out that was a person who had like either kissed or whatever with a dead body,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
he basically turned out to be a cannibal.
Yeah.
Was that like, do you know what? Like, I do believe that's a true story. Do you know what I mean? But I've heard so many variations of it. Do you get me? Like,
heard that
some
exact
fella
one.
in some fella
my
in
memory's not
Amsterdam
great, so
eating
I could've
brains.
just
No, I've
no,
heard.
I've heard it,
There's
but
Yeah.
there's
it's
different
not that story.
variations. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It's like it's like
But
the man in the white
That was a
van.
nuclear unlock for me.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
That's the kind of stuff
Yeah.
that just really
But-
scares me.
Yeah, like I think I'm a bit what's it? I like to fight against things sometimes because I'm literally
Rebel.
like there's a rebel, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like scare tactics as well. So
For
it's
sure,
like
yeah, yeah.
because you know like don't go red vans, white vans. You get me? Like do you know there's some people that just like white vans. Do you know what I mean? Like or they just got it because it was cheaper. Do you know what I mean? But I was like don't go near it. So yeah, it's good to have your wits about you. Do you know what I mean? But there's also people that will just scaremonger just to freak you out. Do you know what I mean? And you just have to have that sensible head on you to know when a situation is dangerous and when it's not. Do you know what I mean? Because not everybody out there is trying to hurt you. But you gotta remember.
Like that too, you know.
I'm kind of on that page now.
Really?
Myself. Like,
Yeah.
just be careful. Just
No, be careful
can never be
and know
too-
your
I
wits
think
about you.
Safeguarding with like I'll
Yeah.
send my location to my friends
For
on
sure.
WhatsApp,
Same.
the Instagram of whoever.
Same.
Even though, bear in mind, I'm not even dating at the moment. But last time, if I ever was, like, that was what I would be doing. Do you know what I mean?
No, for
Yeah.
sure. I think those things are like a standard practice. I don't think that's like, you know what I mean? But like jumping at every guy that like good.
No,
Do you know
Yeah,
what I
like,
mean?
you don't need to be
Like
scared
ju-
on the street,
no,
but just
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
protect yourselves. I
protect
guess,
yourself and protect
Yeah.
like
And
protect where you're
I
in.
do think to be fair, going home with a stranger to their house, I was thinking more a hotel situation or something.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what my initial thought was.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, okay, but like going to someone's home and you actually do not know them at all, like that's mad risky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't know
definitely.
their facts, so-
What's called because obviously you said you was a CEO in that. You get me? I wanted to ask you,
I love the way she drops the top.
That's it.
did you English? Did your degree help you to where?
I didn't go to college.
You see, and you know what? That's perfect. Because I was gonna ask you, do degrees matter?
No.
No comment. I worked for a university for 3 years, and to be honest, I think it's a bit of a scam.
I'm not
But it
gonna lie.
depends, though.
What you're doing.
I don't want my doctor to say I learned this on YouTube. Do you get me?
It depends
Yeah.
on the field.
If you want to go and study something like creative or whatever, like, can it help you for sure? And I'm sure it's helped some people.
Yeah.
But again, there's also value in life experience and value in trying things and just being willing to try. If
Yeah.
it fails, if it doesn't work, that's okay. There's plenty of things in this amazing magical world you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
try your hand at. I wish I knew that sooner though, because growing up I didn't
Yeah.
have that confidence in myself to try and fail and be bad at things. And I didn't trust myself either, even though I've been this person my whole fucking life, creative, caring about people.
Yeah.
And I pushed it away because I was taught that that's not what's valued and that's not what's going to make you money or give you security or bring you happiness or whatever.
You know,
but again,
Yeah.
now I'm on that path.
I was doing research today.
okay.
What type of research, Debbie?
Yeah, because you know research is our code word here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Research as in so obviously
Educational
I was
research.
just like,
educational research.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
No.
get
Sorry,
you,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry, guys. I was doing.
I was like, girl, you had time. I was like, in work too, because I picked you up from
No, because obviously, like, I was just trying to research, and I just came across the the gender pay gap and all that stuff there, and like I don't remember the statistic. I'm so sorry, but I think it was around 68% of like girls are being told you can't do this. It's a man's job. You shouldn't do this. They're not being pushed. That's why I just related to what you're saying there.
In my work field, like I think
But in STEM though, it's different. There's actually a new statistic now saying that like
really
girls are
women.
Yeah.
I saw a statistic today saying that like little girls are being pushed to like kind of explore, which kind of increases women in STEM.
So something that we have in work at the moment is like apprenticeship. So like people can go in and do like a mechanical electrical apprenticeship. And there's this one girl in Pfizer who currently got in. There was 2 spaces in the entire program this year, and one of the people who got it was a girl, and only 10% of girls applied to this. So out of 90% of men, a girl got one out of the 2%.
It is good, but like, and I think like this is what my frustration with corporate living sometimes. It's like, that's amazing, and that's gonna be on all the statistics. Do you know what I mean? But it's like people just want to fit quotas. Do you get me?
And it's genuine, and they want to look like they're supporting something. But are they actually?
But one thing I do feel like in my workplace particularly, no offense to anybody from work who watches this, because I know y'all be watching, but I feel like the girls tend to do the better jobs in my job, so they're really trying to just push women because they do it better.
Well then, that is really positive for your workplace. But I just feel like, they're like diversity, inclusion, equality, do you know what I mean? Pushing it all.
Now,
and they're like,
some people can be genuine about it, but you will see a lot of like workplaces, or I think it's more so the corporate world, they're like, this is trendy right now.
No, but they have to fill it. They genuinely have to fill a quota. I remember in a workplace that I worked in, like I think there was like, they needed to have like, it was around the Black Lives Matter, but it was like a movement, but they were like, I think it was like, let's say 12% needed to be like diverse. Do you know what I mean? Their workforce, their leadership. Do you know what I mean? But that meant that one team leader was a person of color. Do you know what I mean? In the whole leadership, all the way up to CEO. Do you get me? So like on the percentages, like they fit their quota. Do you get me? But like if you actually looked at like the leadership, there wasn't a huge jump.
And so they be strategic even with
strategic. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you gotta be strategic. It's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like 100%. Do you get me? Like we all speak very well, girls. Do you know what I mean? So when you go into a meeting, like they're like, I know, because obviously I'm mixed race. You know what I mean? So, and my name is very Irish. Drop it. Yeah.
Drop the name. The first time I saw your full name, I was
you
like,
get me?
that?
So I don't have my photo or anything like on like, so people look at my CV, they're like, wow, this is great. Do you know what I mean? And then they interview me, they're like, even better. Do you know what I mean? She's black. Do you get me? And it's like, you can use it to your advantage sometimes, but you get me. But like, if you're gonna use it to your advantage, you better stick up when you need to.
I'm
do you get me?
Who's very lucky that I work in such a massive like industry that they're global, they're everywhere all over the world, so there's barely any racism there. Like it's actually, well, I mean, like between levels of roles,
really,
like, you would see if people went for the roles, I think they would, because for me as someone who applies myself in work, I tend to get the roles even if I don't apply for it. Like my role, I was asked to take the job.
Fair.
Yeah.
Your workplace is doing it right, Ross.
Yeah,
like your workplace is doing it right.
And they were like looking up everyone with degrees, and they were like, what's she doing there? She's got a degree. So they came in, they're like, if you want the role, say yes and it's yours.
Fab.
You don't have to interview. So
That's
I feel
good.
like just where I work, I think I'm very blessed. Like, of course, there's racism among like the people, but I feel like if I wanted to bring myself up that corporate ladder and sacrifice all the hours of work that those people did, I don't want to do that. But if I did, I'd probably have a really good chance at it. And I feel like they would love it. It also helps with that whole quota thing. They would love it. But if I wanted to, I probably would get it.
So basically you're saying that like you were able to achieve everything like this, creating your own business, being an entrepreneur without a degree.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's badass.
That is like flowers to you, honestly.
I went to college for 6 months and dropped out, just to clarify.
Yeah, but still, like.
But at that point, you probably already knew that this was for you.
Yeah.
Oh, what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
But
I had no idea I was going to do what I'm doing.
good at
I last year I only realized I never worked in events or anything before. I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
And you're successful, girl. Bravo.
I think you are a certain personality. Like, I know maybe this is like from a lot of growth. Do you know what I mean? And it's amazing. Do you know what I mean? But you have that like entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
And I think what benefits people in college is people who don't have that. Do you know what I mean? People who aren't like aren't like happy to speak. Like I the quietest person in the room. Do you know what I mean?
But my issue with college, sorry to cut you off, is that can it be good for and beneficial for people for sure, but they fill the course with so much other gunk that
for sure.
That's my issue. Why are you making people pay like 3-4K for like plus multiply by 3 years to learn how to like do marketing or whatever? Fine, fair enough, but they could condense it way better.
And they're
actually
just
teach
stretching
in a
it
more
out.
practical way and a more. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
I don't
I don't
know.
think it's
feel
not
like
really to me about suiting the people that are going into college. It's more so about themselves, like they can make the most money and trying to keep people in that box for 3 years and keep them in that mindset of like
See, I don't know. Like my college experience was so different. Do you know what I mean? Like, so obviously I wasn't the smartest tool in the box. So I did a PLC and then I transferred straight into second year. But like my first 6 months, did my first semester. Then I moved. Then I did Erasmus. So I moved to Germany for 6 months. Do you know what I mean? Came back, did another semester. And then the semester after that, moved to the UK to do my work placement. Like, do you know what I mean? I was blessed because my degree is in events.
Where
do you
did
know what I
you
mean?
study actually? Was it DIT?
Yeah.
Because I think it like what you're saying, you had like a whole placement and all. It's very practical.
Practical elements.
I respect that a lot. Like that makes a lot more sense. But I'm more so thinking of degrees or was referring to degrees where they don't get that experience. It's like 3 or 4 years academic work.
Yeah, and
they're
you're
not
straight
getting the
through,
skills
yeah.
And then they come out and they're like,
But the one thing I will say about events, and then I'll get you land, Demi, is like, I think for me, like, I think I I get very anxious about events because I know so much. So I'm literally like, oh my God, this thing has to happen, this thing has to happen. So it's sort of been a downfall for me because instead of just being like, yeah, do it, I'm literally like, oh my God, like RAMs, insurance, safety, do you get me? And it's like, okay, well, it's just a normal event, calm down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I see the positives and the negatives in college.
I was gonna say, like apart, let's say for example, because I just to bounce back because you were saying something. Obviously, I done a master's because to a certain extent I felt like as a woman I had to get ahead.
Sure.
Do you get me? And like it does help. Like people do look at me a bit less and their tone goes a bit softer when they're speaking to me, and I mentioned that. However, I feel like as well having a degree. Let's say for example, I won't lie to you. Like the work that goes into a degree and even a job. The people who are in the creative scene, the people who are like don't have the degrees, it might not look like the same amount of work, but it does. And I feel like as well, like having a degree and stuff like that, it kind of keeps you safe. Whereas in the people who don't have a degree, they're not safe, but they still manage to do amazing things. Let's say, was it not the guy who created Windows? Did he have a degree? Was it Windows?
It was
It's not Steve Jobs.
No,
Is it
Steve Jobs was in. No, he went to
It's
college.
one of them. It's one. I know it's.
one of them. I don't know.
I think it's the guy that created Windows.
It's Is it Windows?
Bill Gates?
Microsoft. Bill.
I think it's Bill
maybe.
Gates. Do you get me? Like
Even I think Steve Jobs actually he went to college and dropped out.
See, but the thing is, this is one thing I'll always remember from a speech Steve Jobs did. He was talking about how he took an elective module in creative writing. Do you get me? And when when computers were sort of being built and when he was like starting Apple, he realized like the code, like the writing that used to be on a computer was really blocky and it wasn't pretty. But from his elective that he did in college with creative writing, that's what gave him the idea for like for fonts. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's like if you go to college and you just go like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, and you like you have to apply yourself. It's not. I think it's like everything in life. Do you know what I mean? You gotta go.
Intentional.
it was Bill Gates, by the way. He didn't finish his degree.
Yeah,
so.
everything this is the importance. Like everything that you do, kind of not every single thing, but something that you are investing yourself in, kind of it does have to be intentional. You have to kind of back yourself to a certain level where you're gonna really commit and apply yourself. Do you know what I mean? And that could be anything. If it's college, that's good for you, like you know. But there are probably a lot of people that kind of just go into college, and from what I've seen from working in the university, they go just to go. Oh, it's another 3 years before I have to go into the real world, or their parents have put pressure on them to go and get a degree. Like that's
100%
crazy to me, because like if you could just give them a bit of time to figure things out, do you know what I mean? And again, like I've always been creative and I've always been passionate about like people, do you know what I mean? I've always cared really deeply about a lot of things, but that wasn't nurtured and that wasn't supported, do you know what I mean? And that's not necessarily my family's fault. They just didn't really know what to do with me. They were trying to guide me based off what they thought was best, but it turns out what they thought was best for me was not best for me. Do you know what I mean?
So
and
people
it's
are
taken
different.
me time to really reclaim and regain my power now to make decisions for myself, you know?
Sorry,
That's
had a
okay,
question.
it's okay.
I literally put my hand up. But so guys, you know the degrees that like make doctors, electricians and stuff. Do you feel like they apply that same pressure to the rest of the degrees they give in uni? Do you get me? Let's say for example, the type of pressure like doctor, like people
doctors they have to apply that pressure because you're in charge of lives.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
true.
hope that they're harder on a doctor than a marketing student.
Yeah,
because
But I feel
Yeah.
like that same
my best
energy.
friend's a doctor, and let me tell you now,
I'm like,
she
they-
told me this
Yeah.
story of someone who was in third year of medical school, and he was like within the top like 5 percentile. Like that was how well he was doing. He committed, yeah.
So the
Walked
pressure.
off the cliff, hopped off. Couldn't deal with the pressure.
I think
Yeah.
it's different. It's different values. I think like the likes of medicine, like even teaching and stuff. It's a vocation. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not just doing. You have to be devoted. Marketing. You don't have to be devoted.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to, like what is it?
But like, not that I'm comparing, like, because big up the doctors, big up the electric, big up the people doing the jobs that people don't want to do. Do you get me? Big up you guys. We respect you. The society won't even be here without you guys. But like that same devotion, do you feel like that energy? Like doctors have, you can sense they have a devotion. Do you feel like that devotion is in, let's say, because sometimes to a certain extent, like the same devotion like a doctor has, like the marketing student should have that and still be great. Do you got what I'm trying to say? I'm
Yeah,
trying
but
to
a doctor is like a doctorate of medicine. Do you get me? So they've gone all the way up to like PhD level. Am I right?
No, masters. I think.
Masters.
Level.
Masters. Do you know what I mean?
They have like when you're a doctor, you have like 4 degrees. Like when they actually call out your name to say what it is, it's like degree of this, degree of this, degree of this, masters.
And you
of this.
specialize. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think like you can have a devotion. Like, do you know what? Like, you can still have a devotion to like loving the arts. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And you can be devoted to that. Will you get it from college? Probably not, because it's practical and you
also
need to
comes
work.
with passion.
Yeah.
Passion.
Like I'm someone now who's got a science degree and I'm working in the pharmaceutical world. Do I have passion for it? No, I have a lot more passion for what we do here. And when you look at the type of personality I have and the lifestyle I live, I'm 2 different people. When I'm at work, I'm not the same person who sat here on this couch. I have to dim a lot of myself to go into that corporate world and fit into there. It's great because it pays my bills and it pays very well.
Exactly
and I have a great life.
Yeah.
But is it who I am? Absolutely not. When it comes to doctors, let me tell you, they are doctors all the time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, I should look here. Sorry, my bad, guys. So, like, when you're a doctor, you're a doctor. Like, my best friend's a doctor. Like, 24/7, she is a doctor. It's, like, very rare every now and then she switches that lifestyle off. So, it's, like, I feel like it's different when you're someone who's in marketing.
I just kind of say, like, obviously, like in hoodlum terms, just keep the same energy. Can you keep the same energy? Obviously, you guys described, no, you can't keep the same energy because they both require different types of energy. So, yeah. Guys,
That's crazy.
you know what time it is. We gotta.
I'm gonna say wrap it up.
But, oh no,
Say
Meg.
goodbye.
Wrap it up already?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Meg, I know. No, Meg, we'll have you back though. We got a little taste.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. You have to come back.
Yeah.
Come back. No, Meg,
Tantalizing.
Megan, you're so amazing.
Yeah. No, it was
Honestly.
really nice. I really
Literally.
liked
I can't
hearing you.
believe time flew by like that.
Yeah,
I was
it's
so,
okay.
I was so
Time flies when you're
flabbergasted.
having fun.
Yeah.
I
I was just like, there's so many ways I can take this,
Yeah.
but time is running out.
Yeah. We're just going on tangents on tangents on tangents. Like,
It's important though. Meg has been nominated for.
Woman of the Year.
Women of the Year.
Women
Get
of
your
the
votes
Year.
in, people.
We're gonna put the description in the description box there. You're gonna click on it.
I'm not going to say your age because it's no one's business, but for your age, the things that you are doing out here in Ireland, amazing.
Yeah,
so
we
much.
appreciate you for real.
Thank you so much.
Click on the link below and vote, and also follow
Click the link.
Megan as well.
We're going to have it
Instagram.
everywhere.
Yeah. Anyways, bye guys. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Bye.
Awesome. Nah, guys. 10-10.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.